That's right. It's time to get in the frequency. It's time to choose up. It's time to make some decisions around here. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Yeah, I know I promised y'all I would, stay off the balcony for a couple of nights, getting a little, but, let me just drop this on you right quick. I'll try not to get even sicker being out here on the balcony. This is your first time. I love you. Just vibe with me. We're taking a spiritual journey. And more than anything else, we're trying to get real solutions, man. And I think these solutions come in the form of energy, frequency, and vibration, like everything else does. And if everything else around you is energy, frequency, and vibration, then so is your solution. Stop being three-dimensional only and come into your power. Either you are or you're not. Either you're the seed of your creator or you're not. And if you're the seed of your creator, are you not already with your creator? We'll talk. For now, enjoy the vibe of these spirit drums, native drums, 432 hertz. Enjoy the tune-up while we build, man. Shout out again to the King Harold Art, man. I was like, that's genius. Why don't I have good spirit music in the background, man? So yeah, man, shout out. Enjoy the vibe. Just drop something on the watchers and all these statues you're gonna find all over the world. I'll show you again what they look like. You're gonna see these in Chicago, New York, LA, Brazil, Hong Kong, London, everywhere in between. I'll scroll up so you can get the picture. These, they say, are pictures of fallen angel, Nephilim statues called the Watchers. The red represents the Adamic clay. Okay. You're going to find these everywhere. These are all different cities, all around the world. All different cities. All around the world. I think that's Ireland or Iceland. They're in the movies. The same thing. They're in the movies. The same thing. They're on buildings. They're on buildings. They're everywhere. They're in Hong Kong. They're in New York. They're in Chicago. They're in Brazil. They're everywhere. They have us surrounded. They're watching. They're watching. So check out that drop. So this is a frequency war. I do believe you have to choose chaos or order. You're going to have to choose your creator, one way or the other. That's not really all it is to it. It's not religious. It's understanding that this system we're in, this energetic system, is connected to an energy source, and that source is your creator. How about that? Not multiple sources, one source. And he has a heritage. This energy has a heritage. It manifests on this earth. And that heritage is the bloodline. And the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The seed of the Mayans and the Aztecs. The seed of the Negro people. And all of our people scattered around, across this beautiful melanated true earth plane. We are a brotherhood. We are one, right? We're going to get to the bottom of things and see it through our Creator's eyes. So it's not just us going, it's hard to accept our responsibility. It's not about, oh, you're special, you feel like you're better. Nah, it's about being responsible and being in order and not in chaos. Because if we're in chaos, the whole world is in chaos. But when we're in order, it's a beautiful world. And a beautiful thing. So we're going to move on. We're on that same site, thetalkingpot.wordpress. You will see a link. Click the link. Pull up the link. They have a lot of drop, a lot of drop, with a grain of salt, you know what I'm saying? Chew the meat, spit the bones, whatever you got to do. But they got a lot of, a lot of rabbit holes, a lot of breadcrumbs for you. So if you're that type of person that likes to follow the trail, they got a lot of stuff like that. But this is more concerning. And that's why I got these, beautiful indigenous drums playing. Because it's going to make you feel like going to war. And you're going to have to remember the patient warrior is the victorious one, right? Sabrina Gorgatelli, a university accountant from McMammon, Idaho, has caused controversy after posting images on her Facebook page of game she has legally killed on a hunting trip to South Africa. And despite a stream of obscene and disparaging comments accusing her of animal abuse and heartlessness, the huntress has vowed to continue sharing the images regardless of what her haters think. She thinks people are hating on her. You'll see these images. And she thinks people are hating on her. We're going to get to the bottom of chaos and order. You see, chaos is always trying to invade order. You know who's in chaos because they're always invading somebody. They're always invading somebody's order. When we got here on this land, we followed Joshua, Moshe. We came back to reestablish the order on the land promised to Abraham, where there were others living that were out of order, not connecting to the Creator, but other angels under the firmament on a frequency that was not the organic frequency. We came to reestablish that. And sadly, a lot of us were conquered. And conquered ourselves with these artificial frequencies. We got out of order. And so it was. We were damn near made extinct. And we are damn near extinct. When you go from over 300 million to damn near 5 million. From 300 million to 5 million or less, you're damn near extinct. Used to be 300 million of you here. Then it got down to 5 million. Now what are we now? How many of us are here in the Americas now that are from here? They're killing us every day. Fluoride in the water, spraying us. Oh man. We gotta check this, Cuba. This Send me that back at the end so I can remember Cuba, and I'll go there. But let's get to this Sabrina. They call her the witch. And again, I'm sick. I'm sorry. I should not be out here on this cold balcony every night. I should take a break from the drop and let my wife get me well. But I keep saying, no, I must go back out in the balcony. I'm trying to cover up, though, but I need to drop this, all right? So we're going to look at some of Sabrina's pictures that she put on Facebook. That's Sabrina. Yeah, she's posing with the giraffe. Or is that a camel? No, that's a giraffe. It's dead. She killed it, and she's proud. She killed the giraffe happily. And she's posing with her trophy. This poor giraffe, minding its own damn business in West Africa. Warthog. It's hard, these are disturbing, so I'm going to go kind of quick because I don't really want to, look at this. Lion. Now, them brothers in the page, are they Israelites? Now, we know we got some wicked Israelites. But, I mean, any of the homies willing to just kill a lion on GP? Well, you got to be something real special deep down inside to do this. And pose and be proud of it. Look at the smiles on everybody's faces. They're all equally happy about this. Do they have something in common? Some type of energy? Some type of old energy? Man, just killing. She's a killer. She loves to kill. This is what she uses. This is her arrowhead. It's witchcraft. Sorcery. Okay? Let me read what she wrote. You think this is a game? This is what Sabrina wrote. Sabrina the witch. She quoted the scriptures, the Hebrew scriptures, the Hebrew writings of Hebrew patriarchs and prophets, the writings of Moshe, Genesis, Bereshit 9:3. She says, Sabrina the witch says, every moving thing that lives shall be food for you, and as I give you the green plants, I give you everything. That's why she is doing this. Oh, that's something else we'll get to later. That's why she's doing this. Every living thing is hers to hunt. Just because, that's what the Bible say. Genesis 23, she says, I say she because her spirit is moving this out of these words to twist them. Evil twist things. Remember that. Now then, take your weapons, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me. She thinks that applies to what she's doing right now in 2016. She took something from thousands of years ago to apply to her hobby of killing. Is that evil? Is that twisted? What frequency is that? Chaos or order? Chaos? Order. 440, 432. Remember the octaves, like we covered in the previous video, a couple previous videos, that man created in this harmonic scale at a 216 hertz frequency. That's the base frequency of man. We are getting into another octave. So you double the frequency to get to to the next octave up. 432 hertz is the next octave up. It is consciousness. That's when you're now in the realm of consciousness, of that which is above the firmament towards the throne. So 432 is consciousness to get to that realm. Remember, I keep this handy for visual purposes. Okay. So we figure 440 gets us here. Remember, musically, 440 hertz covers only 8 out of 12 musical octaves. Those musical octaves represent those 12 levels to the game, as well as what? Your 12 strands of DNA. They call it a double helix, 2 strands. We know that junk DNA that they call junk DNA is now reconnecting, and we'll get to a study on that. So 432 gets you past the firmament. This 432 gets you everything, right? Now you're in the conscious of everything. But in terms of the octaves, well, now 432 gets you in the game. But if you want to be tuned to the next octave, like, fully there, that's double that, right? So you got a double 432. Who said that? Pythagoras. He said that the creator is 2 octaves above man. The creator is 2 octaves above man. So I interpret as the heavens themselves are 2 octaves above man. The creator, you would have to double that and then double that to get to the creator's octave. But that will get you there. 432 just opens the door to get you up above the firmament to connect again to the 12, to get you back in harmony. You're listening to 432 hertz right now, so you are above the firmament. So you can have understanding, mathematics, simplicity, hey, the breath. So she says, she quotes the Bible and then uses this arrow to kill. And look how it, of course, looks at this sorcery. All right. That is title card for arrow. So that's a whole TV series about, this sorcery of this arrowhead. And she uses one precisely like it. See? Okay. That's the full one. Sorry, cut it off a little bit. You see all that? That's what she uses to kill nature. Chaos will always hunt down nature. That's why they won't leave you alone. Why don't you black people build your own thing? You don't look at history at all? No, you just don't know our history, how much we've built. How much we've built, how much has been built on our backs. Nation to nation to nation to nation. But we should build up again just for you to tear it down. Or should we return to our Creator so we can have an everlasting kingdom? Not an imaginary one, but one that will replenish the soil here under our feet here. And then we will have peace. I can't come for peace until my Creator comes for peace. I follow my Creator. When He comes for peace, I'll come for peace. Right now, it's a frequency war. And all we're doing is getting aware of our vibration, of our resonance, of our identity. Know thyself. Knowing yourself will unlock these things. It will reveal your enemy. You don't even got to study all that stuff, Freemasonry and skull and bones and all that stuff, that'll just lead you down. That's madness. You just have to know what they're doing and who they're dealing with. Once you get that, find yourself. Find yourself. Then you are untouchable. Then you're untouchable. When you find yourself. And when you find yourself, you're going to find yourself sitting right next to your Creator. Intertwined with your Creator. You see, we have the natural structure, the natural energy to go from here to there. We have the natural structure, the natural energy, the natural seed. Remember, the seed. It's all about the seed, right? Kwame Asherah. So we have the energy to go where we at right here. So we connect to the whole understanding, and we vibrate where we choose to vibrate. But if this is the throne of the Creator, think about yourself as a parent. Do not your children, have the key to come to your throne at any time? Isn't that the purpose and the benefit of them being yours? Don't they come in your room and jump on your bed? Isn't that your throne? They jam you up in the bathroom wherever you are. You don't understand your connection to your Creator? You don't understand your connection to the throne? You don't understand your position here, your order, your rulership? You can go there anytime you want to. In their religions, they taught you that you got to go through all these intervals and then maybe he'll accept you. If you're in order, you already are there. All you got to do is believe it. Remember the Matrix? Remember Neo? When he stopped the bullets? And Trinity said, "What's going on?" And Morpheus said, "He's beginning to believe." Are you believing yet? Let's go. So we got Sabrina the Witch. I just want to throw that at you so you understand that, look, this is her dude or somebody, something like that. Some other big game guy. He's hunting some stuff. Look at him. He just jammed somebody up. Jammed up a perfectly good leopard. These people, this is what they do. This is what you're up against. This energy. This 440 hertz. This chaos. This is chaos. But they think that they're natural. And this is what we're about to cover right now. They think that they switched it, right? So in their minds, they're natural, right? They got angel seed. They're more powerful, more natural than anything. What could be more natural than them? They got angel seed. They got this bloodline. Okay? So you got to see it from their angle. They think you're out of order. They think they have a blessing. They think they've gotten some drop on you. So their nature, they're natural, and you're not. So they destroy your habitat to create an artificial one. And they use the artificial energy and grid from the past. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep going. Hey, like I said, they got a lot of deeper, information about these other secret organizations and their stuff. You can look at it in your own time. You got the link. You got all that. You know what that is. Masonry, all that. You know what that is. A lot of drop on that. All right, some of y'all know what that is. Okay. I don't spend my time with this type of energy because it doesn't do anything for me. I just have to understand that it's out of order and keep it real simple. Don't waste your time with these other energies, incinerator, chambers, and the all that stuff. But we have we have the American Holocaust, the 300 million slaughtered. But when we talk about it, man, y'all should just let America heal. Stop opening up old wounds. Stop being a race baiter. Don't wake them up so that they know who they are. Don't let them know our sins, what we really did, who we really are. Don't wake them up. But remind them about the Holocaust. This happened. Remember this. Remember that. 6 million people. 300 million people slaughtered in the slave trade. Forget about it. Forget about it. No one deserves to die. But we're reorganizing the psychology. Our suffering, we should forget about it. When it comes to looking at you and your guilt, Forget about it. Move on. We should all move on. Who does that benefit? Who does the Christian doctrine benefit? Move on. Forgive. Forgive and forget. Turn the other cheek. Your Creator said eye for an eye. And then he said, I do not change. He said, I'm coming back for blood. For what you've done to my heritage. That's happening if you think about it or meditate on it or not. You look around. They moving chess pieces while you trying to figure it out. They know everything I'm saying while you trying to figure it out. They know they can't leave. All they can do is do space loops, right? If you know what I mean. If you've been paying attention. But special attention, man, I want to give to the Georgia Guidestones. Now, some of us have heard about them. Some people have covered them. I just got to hit it up a little fresh from my perspective because it kind of blew me away. Because I heard about it, but I didn't really look into it. If you never heard about the Georgia Guidestones, they look like this. Okay, they're in Georgia. They're in Elbert County, Georgia. So let's read about this quickly. The Georgia Guidestones is an enigmatic granite, which means enormous granite monument situated in Elbert County, Georgia, U.S., erected on March 22nd, 1980. So some mysterious people came in 1980 to do this. Now you're going to see it's a mystery. They don't know. They say they don't know. They say, oh, some mystery guy had some mystery meetings and gave some mystery money and gave these mystery instructions. And they just set up all these private meetings with him to get all the funding together to do all this stuff with the largest granite company probably in the world, right here in America. And they, to build this huge monument. I mean, I think it's like 20 feet high. Yeah, man, gigantic structures, almost 20 feet high. And it's made of 6 granite slabs weighing in total of 240,000 pounds. You know how much granite that takes? You know how much money that took? Who could have that type of money to spend to make a structure 240,000 pounds? The ruler of the 440 hertz. One of them. One of their minions. Okay, so this just popped up in 1980. Some mystery guys, some mystery investors. All right, the most astonishing detail of the monument is, however, not its size, but the message engraved in it. They call it, now look how they just twist. Remember, evil is twisted. So when evil twists something, you have to untwist it. Evil has twisted you, so you have to untwist yourself, untwist your layers. They twisted your abstract culture. Your commandments is your culture. That's your rulership. That's your governance. And they turn it into religion. Now people hear commandments, they only could think about religion and being religious and being bound in a religion. And some of us are never going to be able to overcome that. And they know it. We'll always doubt the commandments because they turned it into religion. That's called twisting. Evil is twisting. The commandments are your birthright. Your statutes. This is how you develop and continue to have order as a people group. It's not just individual in this, it's as a people group. As a people, we have power. As a people, we're connected like we are on higher octaves. So they're calling this engravement the 10 rules for an age of reason. Age of reason. You're going to keep hearing this reason. Whose reason? Age of reason means someone is thinking. Somebody's reasoning. Now, is it the Creator's reasoning? Is it 432? Or is it the master of the heavens, right? The master of the lower luminaries. The luminaries under the timeline. The ones that got you trapped in time, space and time. Under the firmament, under the heavens and higher octaves. Is it this reasoning? example, yeah, obviously, I can go ahead and say this comes directly from the reasoning of the 440 hertz. You know, of course, the New World Order stuff, you know, all that stuff, you know what I mean? So they said this is made of pyramid blue granite. Pyramid blue granite? The Georgia Guidestones are meant to withstand the test of time and to communicate knowledge on several levels, philosophically, politically, astronomically, etc. It consists of 4 major stone bricks, which contain 10 guides for living in 8 languages. So they wanted to make sure the whole nation understood what this is. They put so much money in this, man, you can't even. They use pyramid blue granite to make a structure 240,000 pounds in 8 different languages, carved in pyramid blue granite. This was a straight up marker. A straight up marker and sign of their system, just like those Watcher statues. That's why I showed you that again. So if they can do that all across the plane, the melanated true earth plane, shout out to the melanated true earth plane, man. Love y'all, miss y'all. Keep joining us here, man. This is, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to make it cozy here. Keep, you know what I'm saying, getting at me on the site. Like, you know, all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Because we're going to keep building. You know, we know Facebook. Look, all these systems are going to start collapsing on us. So I'm trying to get us over to at least somewhere. Because, you know, I might peace out YouTube one day. One day soon. You know what I'm saying? So get the drop while you can. Before we get to moving. Excuse me. You know, I'm trying to get healthy. I had the nerve to bring a cold drink out here, knowing I'm sick. You know, I should have had some tea. I wasn't thinking. All right, so 8 different languages. So we got English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. All 4 for these 10 rules. We got 10 commandments from antiquity, going back over 1,000 BC in Los Lunas, New Mexico, engraved in stone in New Mexico, going back 1,000 BC. 1980, they have the 10 rules of reason. The 10 rules for the age of reason. Here's their 10 commandments. You want to hear them? This is what they want. Do you want to hear it? The commander, the creator has his commandments forever, and they have their commandments. Would you like to hear them? Let's go. And I'll just put it on the screen. Maybe you can just freeze it yourself so you can read it yourself. Can you see that? What does the first one say? Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Whose nature? The New World Order's nature? Do you see that, family? This is in stone. This is not trickery. It is trickery, but it's in stone. And they put it out there. What's coming? We said there's going to be a financial collapse, you know, possibly by next month. Put your money in assets, man. Get food, water. Mainly, man, you know what I mean? Just, you know, look at some survival videos and wilderness survival stuff. You know, get the drop. I could give you so much drop. You got to get your drop. You got to get your survival drop. You got to get your money drop. You know what I'm saying? We try to keep putting it on the site. We got a lot of it on the site. You go to the categories. I try to have it right there for you. But, you know, add to it. I appreciate everybody sending me links. A lot of stuff I haven't got to yet. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm trying. Got a lot going on. But, yeah, let's read these 10 reasons. Number 1. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. We're going to touch on the King Alfred's plan. And that 500 million don't seem like it includes you. Guide reproduction wisely. Planned Parenthood? Yeah. Abortions? Number 2, God, these are their commandments. Does this sound sick or what? Number 1, maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. Whose nature? Do they really care about nature? They killing nature, they killing you. So you know nature don't mean nature. That's a trick, right? It's the nature of the beast. It's all about the beast. Number 2, guide reproduction wisely. How are they guiding reproduction wisely? Improving fitness and diversity. Sound like biomechanics. They're gonna guide reproduction. They're gonna turn it into like the superhuman. You see those, videos, some of y'all, with the biometrics and the chips and the robotics and all the stuff that they're doing. Research the stuff, man. Research the Google robotics. Is that what they mean by improving fitness and diversity? Hybrids? Remember, the General Shout to Lex Will dropped, hey, hybrid armies are coming in 2016. Little green men are coming in 2016. We have to be aware and afraid of tribes. Number 1. The scariest thing is tribes. Because these tribes are connected all the way up. Do they still have permission to harm the tribes? Remember, they have to get permission. Everyone has to get permission. Number 3, unite humanity with a living new language. What living new language are they going to unite us with? Some language in the new world order that they want to. See, their order is chaos. Their new world order is just chaos. To form their type of order. Their type of order is your chaos. Your order is their chaos. You see, that's the frequency, static. That's the static. That's their role. But don't fear them. That's what they thrive on. Know your creator. Know he exists. Number 3, rule passion, faith, tradition. Rule it. Number 4, rule passion, faith, tradition. If you're passionate, they want to rule that. Your faith, they want to rule that. Faith in what? Faith in who? Well, you must be talking about your creator, right? Rule your faith. How did they rule your faith? What did they come over to your land with? Remember they called you pagans? Saracens? Dumb Diverses 1452? Enemies of Christ? Seized them. So they did their forced conversions. They killed us. They get down and lay down, take this cross, take this New Testament. Oh, your commandments that are in stone in New Mexico, going back 1000 BC, those are done away with. See this cross? See this New Testament? It's shiny. It's new. I know we killed hundreds of millions of you, but we're still just doing it with a good heart. We want your city. We want your holy city. Oh, lest we forget. Pause it. Read it. This is the beginning of the book or collection of autoctorates. Yeah, I hate that word, man. Autoctorates. Woof. Authorities, sayings, opinions, and prophecies concerning the need to recover the holy city and Mount Zion. Wait, what is this, Mark? What is this? Who's doing this? Where's this coming from? He said Mount Zion. X marks the spot. Where's the mark? You're the mark. This is Columbus coming to America and in the Biblioteca de Sevilla. Man, you gotta look this stuff up, I tell you. He's telling them I'm coming to America to seize the holy city, Jerusalem, and Mount Zion. And in 1501, they took it from the Aztecs and the Maya. They took Mexico. They took Peru, Jerusalem, 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 Jerusalem. 1500s, you were fighting here for it. Just because they didn't tell you, it doesn't mean it ain't true. Hebrews don't exist, huh? So why did Columbus come here? Hebrews don't exist. The Creator don't exist. Nothing's holy. Jerusalem, Israel don't exist. That's made up white man language, right? So why did Columbus come here to the copper-colored races that inhabit the entire Western Hemisphere? What did they think was here? Atlantis, Eden, all these things are in their books. Hebrews don't exist. So what was his reason for coming? This is the beginning of the book or collection of autoctorates, sayings, opinions, prophecies concerning the need to recover the holy city and Mount Zion, and the discovery and conversion of the islands. Which islands? Of the Indies. And of the all peoples. You! This is a vibration war. You've been invaded and told you came from Africa by them. So that automatically separates you from your land if you're thinking that they brought you on a boat. And if you are believing this Christ business, you see, now you have to thank them for bringing him to you. Because he wasn't here in your records with the Aztecs and Mayans and their quiches. You have to read their writings. They have the story of the Exodus. They don't have a story of anything else. You see? You are what they've been waiting for as a whole. Israel is the firstborn. You will save the entire earth together. Your frequency will restore this planet. You are the root of the tree. You connect to the throne. Do you believe? This is the beginning of the book or collection of autoctorates, sayings, opinions, and prophecies concerning the need to recover the holy city of Mount Zion and the discovery and conversions of the islands of the Indies and of all peoples and nations for Ferdinand and Isabella, our Spanish rulers. Is it fake? Have they taught you this? Or have they hid this from you in the Biblioteca de Sevilla? Have they twisted the truth? Has it been here the whole time? Are we what they've been reading about? And are they all in it together to keep you at 440 hertz? So, here's their guides, their 10 guides, their age, their reasons, their 10 reasons, right? They make a mockery out the Most High whenever they can. Maintain humanity under 500 million in perpetual balance with nature. 2. Guide reproduction wisely, improving fitness and diversity. 3. Unite humanity with a living new language. 4. Rule passion, faith, tradition. Rule your traditions. And all things with tempered reason. There's that reason again. Remember, they call this the age of reason. The 10 rules for an age of reason. So they're concerning, all this is concerning an age of reason, which is that new world. It's the same thing. So this is their 10 new commandments for the new world. The old world is done away with, right? The old laws are done away with, right? Do you see what frequency you're on yet? Or are you still fighting? You're going to have to make a choice. That inner voice in you is yours. Everything else is dying. Your mind is dying. Your energy lives. Listen to it. And you better act fast. You've been warned. 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. 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 They set up courts on your land. Ruled by the law of the sea. So they call it maritime admiralty sea law. And these courts rule you, a sovereign people on sovereign land? I don't think so. They only rule you when you accept you've been invaded and are now voluntarily subjecting yourself to the law of the sea. They come from the sea. And those boats that are docked on your shores that came and slaughtered over 300 million of you here, eradicated over 95% of you here. I read you the breakdown. I read you the so-called scholar breaking down how the Negro was almost made extinct. So if they're saying in 1800s that the Negro was almost extinct, how are we African? They understand that, yeah, you know, there's races of people. There's multiple dark races of people. Multiple dark seeds. Multiple energy. And everyone has an opportunity to choose and create. You know what I'm saying? Choose the creator, you know, and create that destiny then. You can create that by choosing the creator. You can create something good for yourself. You have the power to do that if you're in order. Number 6. So yeah, when they say number 5, protect people and nations with fair laws and just courts. Fair laws. You only say fair laws if you think the other laws are unfair. Now you have fair laws in your new world. The other laws are unfair to me because they're just for you. So I want laws of my own, and I'll call them fair laws. Let all nations, number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in a world court. I mean, they're basically doing that now, right? All these nations are seemingly ruling, you know what I'm saying? And then they have their disputes, and they're supposed to go to the UN and do different things. But they're talking about, this is more to themselves. They know what they're talking about. They all have to come together, though. So that's the world court. The world court means one person's ruling it. That's the new world order. So all these nations could rule internally as long as they come back to the court of the world. A world court. The UN ain't a world court, but it's the beginning of it. Then you got your global police coming, the Strong Cities Network. You got to just type in Strong Cities Network, and it's going to blow your mind. Strong Cities Network. Then you understand what we're talking about. The global police, the world court. One court. One world, one religion. A new language. But you're going to have to give your energy to the king of 440. He's going to come down in a holograph like Project Bluebeam. You know, he's going to come down looking glorious. Remember, Lucifer is light. These luminaries are light. They're going to come all lit up. So don't let it, you know, you're light. Your light shines brighter than their light. You just got to believe in it. Stop letting them subject you and voluntarily sign up and give your energy to their holidays. Give your energy to anything that's not yours. It's a hijack. It's slowing down your process. Don't let your ego get in the way. You might have taught your family a certain way. You might have taught your friends a certain way. Your camp a certain way. Don't go down with those ships. Don't let your ego make everybody go down with those ships. You know the truth. It's your responsibility, man, from the inward voice in you to tell it. Even if it means separating from a situation or a group of people or whatever, in order to further that within yourself, between you and your creator. Nobody wants to hear you? Separate. Be holy. You know the truth. So speak it or be judged. It's your obligation. You see, it's not just about being a chosen seed and chosen people. It's just that we connect to the throne of the Creator, right? So we hear his voice at all times within us. And therefore, we have a responsibility to speak what we hear. That's why I'm sick and I need to be asleep or doing something else. I gotta, but I want to be tuning music. I want to be dropping a lot of more music on this YouTube channel in 432, a lot more things. But I just keep, it's my responsibility. If I hear me, I'm just going to, whatever, sick or not, I'm coming out on the balcony, 2 in the morning, whatever, and I'm going to drop it. I'm not ruled by a fear of frequency. I've done my job if I dropped it, right? The minute I drop it, I've done my job. All right, then I can continue in order. That's how I'm rocking. How are you rocking? When you see your creator face to face, are you going to say, yeah, I taught the people everything you taught me? Everything you brought to me, even if it was some crazy guy on the balcony in LA, calling himself the drop of king and the king of a drop. Nah, man. I am El Yakin. I'm El Yakin. That's who told you. That's who you say you got it from. And I'll tell you who I got it from. The inward voice, the throne, the frequency. That's for you to decide. Number 6, let all nations rule internally, resolving external disputes in the world court. Number 7, avoid petty laws and useful officials. Whose petty laws? Whose laws are petty? Doesn't it sound creepy? Avoid petty laws. Whoa. You took the time to do this, to tell us to avoid petty laws? Look at all the languages they did it in. English, Spanish, Swahili, Hindi, Hebrew, Arabic, Chinese, and Russian. To tell us, number 7, anything they're carving, man, they mean every single letter of it, every single vibration of it, all right? Avoid petty laws. I ain't lying. Petty laws, man. They couldn't say no better than that. That's how much they hate the Creator and his laws. Petty. They looked in the dictionary. They couldn't find nothing else, man. They detestable, petty. I mean, to them, think about the psychology of it. His laws are petty. It ain't even like they're like, oh, I hate that. They're just saying, it's petty. When they tell you you're on a round ball spinning and a big solar system, and there's more solar systems, and you're just one of little, you ain't important, you're just one, and you're just a little ball, and you're just a petty little ball with a big sun, but that sun is petty compared to all these other suns. Everything gets smaller and smaller. It makes you feel petty. If I tell you everything is revolving around you, every energy, every light you see was created before you, for you. It's like you have to get the house ready, you know what I'm saying, for your bride or your groom. You want it perfect. The Most High took all that time, all those years. If you say a day is 1,000 years, and 6 days of creation, that's 6,000 years to get this place right for you, man. Just for you to say he don't exist. That some big bang happened and you're spinning on a ball. That's such a high science thing, to be spinning on a ball. And it's very simple to say. It's very simple to translate. And out of all this, you don't find nothing that says you're spinning on a ball? Just Isaiah 44:22 mistranslated? The circle? He that sitteth on the circle. He that sitteth on the circle. On the vault. Roundness. Shawug. Chaug. Kook. Chuwg. Look that up in Hebrew. That's the word for roundness that we're getting there. And what is roundness? If this is your earth, if this flat piece is your earth, and this is your firmament, and these are the ends of the earth that you can travel actually and loop back around, ooh, we'll get deeper. This is your earth. This is a round vault. He walks to and fro on the vault, looking down at you like grasshoppers. Roundness doesn't mean a sphere. A circle doesn't mean a sphere spinning with water, spinning and going at 70,000 miles per hour. You don't think there'll be a whole book talking about that in here? That you're spinning on a ball going 1,100 miles per hour like this, and you're supposed to be still and focus on anything, and you don't feel anything ever because of something called gravity, that they have never made a law because that would be a lie. So they call it a theory. I got a theory. You're firm, fixed, and movable, and everything is revolving around you. You are the center of attention. It might make you nervous when you realize you're the center of attention, but also might make you reconnect faster and truer and take your land back and be ready to receive it. This land's going to be in another vibration, so, a lot of people want their land back. You better get your vibration right, straight up. It's not for you. It's for that which is ready to receive it, the harvest. You can't, I'm an Israelite. Well, again, we had many wicked kings. So being Israel doesn't mean you're not wicked. And being proven an Israelite doesn't mean you weren't from an evil Israelite stock. So we're separating the wheat from the tares, right? The energy's choosy. The frequency is choosy. So you better choose up at all times. So avoid petty laws and useful officials. That's number 7. Number 8, balance personal rights with social duties. Balance personal rights with social duties. What does that mean? I guess that means that they're going to take your rights and put them into some social duties. Balance personal rights, that means you have to affect people's rights right there, right? So you can assume your rights will be taken. With social duties, whatever benefits their society. Number 9, and this is when it gets fun. Prize truth, beauty, love, seeking harmony with the infinite. They're just talking their esoteric bullshit. Being at harmony with their higher luminaries, with their Saturn and Jupiter and all that kind of stuff. That's their infinite. They see their own future, their own selves being everlasting. Remember, they're angel seed, right? So that's what it is. Number 10, be not a cancer on the earth. You should have made that number 1. Be not a cancer on the earth. What else you got? Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. Nature. All right. Be not a cancer. Number 10. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. All they saying is leave room for us. We're nature. We're nature. So, let's not be, a cancer against, our earth, ourselves. But we're going to take everybody else's shit. Leave room for nature. Leave room for nature. That should creep you out. So, check it out further. And yeah, again, it's a mystery. You'll see this link up. You can click on that. This will give you more information on the Georgia Guidestones. We're already almost hitting an hour, so I was going to get into this. But this will tell you that there's some guy calling himself. He said he identified himself as Mr. Christian. He told Finley that he represented a small group of loyal Americans living outside Georgia who wished to remain anonymous forever, and that forever, all this stuff, the infinite, forever, and that he chose the name Christian because he was a Christian. He inquired, where Finley banked, and Joe put him in touch with both local banks. Wyatt C. Martin, president of the Granite City Bank, was selected by Mr. Christian to be the intermediary for the mysterious project. So, yeah, right. He was brought in and told what to do. Ain't nobody going to be an intermediary for a mysterious $1 million granite project from some anonymous person. How can you even wire money anonymously? I go to the bank to put $200 in my account. They need to see my ID. Government ID. And this joker says, hey, I want to do some bank transfers with the biggest bank, with the biggest granite company to make the biggest project in Georgia's ever seen with pyramid blue granite. But my name is Mr. Christian. You're not going to know about me ever, but make it perfect. Make it specific to what I'm asking. No, you got to pull somebody all the way in on that. So please believe whoever he was working with was in on it. But you'll get some more drop on that. Now, 12-strand DNA. I thought about this the other day. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my war drums back, man. And, yeah, you know, we have all the octaves already in us. When we say the kingdom is within, now it starts to kind of resonate a little clearer. The kingdom is within. You have 12 octaves. You have 12-strand DNA. But you learn in science that you have some double helix. Only 2 strands intertwine, right? Like a serpent. Right? And then you can read, the whole Zachariah section and all the, all that. But I think it's even colder than that. I think that this 440 hertz frequency disconnects 8, or should I say 10, out of your 12. And it's designed to only let you have control over 2. And those other 10, we call them junk DNA. What kind of scientific term is that? What is it? They don't know. We don't know. It's a mystery, right? But there's science. People say science said it. It's just science. Science. But science says, I don't know what that other 10 strands are, but we do know these 2. It's just science. Shout out to B.O.B., man. You got a song about it. So, I just want to read this study quickly of a doctor. This is evidence of changes in our DNA. You'll see this link as well. I'll just be dropping the links on you. You deserve the chance to research, man. This is Dr. Brenda Fox provides evidence. Dr. Brenda Fox provides evidence of DNA and cellular changes. In this article by Patricia Resch, Dr. Fox is a holistic practitioner of the Avalon Wellness Center in Mount Shasta, California. All right, so, shout out to young Pharaoh. He was dropping on the chakras. He got me even thinking about the earth chakras. And, Mount Shasta is one of the chakras. And it's the base chakra. It's the earth's base chakra. That's why I said this is all one land. Stop separating yourselves. You know what I'm saying? In terms of thinking, you got to come from this land or only represent Africa. The whole land is one. It's not called Africa. So if you just want to represent that part of the body, cool. But don't shade no other part of the body that has indigenous people for it too. They have an inheritance to those other parts of the body. You want to be with Mother Africa? Everything this and this is first and that's first and all your reasoning. Because everything, that's the cradle, that's the womb. Cool. But just understand this. That's the cradle, all right? That's the womb. But is the womb separate than the heart? Is the heart separate than the throat, than the eyes? Is it not one body? Would the womb tell the heart, I'm more important than you? So if Africa's the womb, and this is one body that has energy centers, where's the heart? Where's the heart center? It's one body. Each part of this body has someone that was made for it to inherit. We all can't inherit Africa. We all can't claim that as an inheritance. We come from a nomadic, traveling, warlike tribe, right? That was out of order. That had wicked rulers, wicked kings, bound with wicked spirits. And out of that, a remnant was always, was always here. Some of us waking up are possibly just part of that remnant, part of that continued energy. And that's why, we're able to surf this wave so naturally, so take responsibility. So this quick study, Patricia, the writer, is asking, Dr. Fox, so she asked Dr. Fox, tell us a little about your background. And Dr. Fox says, I have a doctorate in physiology and naturopathy. During my training in Europe, I also was involved with the media and still continues in this film and management. I'm working with Fox TV to bring understanding of extraterrestrials. So she gives all the little credits and stuff. Now here's where we get into it. Patricia asked her, said, what are the changes that are happening at this time on the planet and how are our bodies being affected? Dr. Fox says, there are major changes, mutations that haven't occurred, according to geneticists, since the time we supposedly came out of the water. So this holistic doctor is saying, look, there's some stuff happening in DNA that they're not talking about. These octaves are reconnecting in people. And these type of changes ain't happened since the time we came out the water, which is evolution talk, right? Darwin talk. Or through the creator's perspective. These things ain't never happened since the beginning when you were first put together. And now they're happening again. And this is in the last, 5, 10, 20 years or so. All right. I told you, man, this keeps me sick. I've been out here an hour. It's cold ass air. I know I'm gonna feel this tomorrow. I'm gonna wake up even more jammed up. Yeah, excuse me, I'm going crazy here. All right, so let me do this. I told you I'm sick. Have a heart. Send me some tea. Make some tea and send it to me. Who got the drop on that? All right. This is it before I go crazy. So she's saying this earth change is going to be happening. All right. So she says, what are the changes happening? She said these are there are major changes, mutations that haven't occurred according to geneticists since the time we supposedly came out of the water. Several years ago in Mexico City, there was a convention on geneticists from around the world. Now, why go to Mexico City? Family? I mean, we've been studying together, right? You know what I'm saying? Why go to Mexico City? Haven't we just been studying the Aztecs? Haven't we just been studying Tenochtitlan? Didn't we just say why did Columbus come to America? To seize the holy city. Where did he get it? Mexico. Where were you? Mexico. Peru. And a lot of other places, right? So let's finish this up. I know. It's deep. Pause it if you have to. So, just several years ago in Mexico City, there was a convention. So they had a convention of geneticists in Mexico City, Tenochtitlan, the home of the Aztecs, from around the world. And the main topic was the DNA change. So they're meeting in Mexico City to talk about somebody's DNA change. But no reporters are reporting on it. They're just reporting that people's DNA are waking up. These DNA, there's no longer just a double. Now they got people connected with 3 strands of DNA, 4 strands of DNA. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 levels of the game, 12 octaves, 12 musical notes. right? 12 strands of DNA. This is your nature. This is your nature. This is your connection. This is who you are. You connect to the whole. 440 keeps you under the timeline, subject to time and space, in a prison that they're creating in an artificial grid. Now, she says, how's our DNA changing? And then the Dr. Fox says, everyone has one double helix of DNA. What we're finding is that there are other helixes that are being formed. In the double helix, there are 2 strands of DNA coiled into a spiral. That's the double, right? The serpent. It is my understanding, so she's saying, I don't know, but this is my understanding, that we will be developing 12 helixes. Now, she says we, but she's in Mexico City, not Europe. Everyone came there to see what they had to say there about the subjects, all right? And which ones and all that, you research it, you get to the bottom of it, but they're in Mexico City, which is Tenochtitlan, home of the Aztecs, who are the descendants of the Aztecs. Again, the so-called native tribes in Utah and are saying that people are dying looking for the Aztec treasure of Moctezuma. And they're saying that no one can get near it because it's been left for the descendants of the Aztecs. All that gold that the Spaniards saw and said, the entire wealth of the world is right here. They got a reality show right now, like I said before, on whatever channel in Utah called Diggers, looking for Montezuma's treasure. And it's scattered throughout Utah. And every time they get near, people are dying. Because it's cursed to them. And it's blessed for you, the descendants of the Aztecs that come in a righteous energy, right? So you're about to be reminded, rewarded and reminded. You're going to be reminded that you're rich, that you are loved. You know, I'm sure you heard this before, right? Everyone has a double helix. We are finding out that there are other helixes that are being formed. In the double helix, there are 2 strands of DNA coiled into a spiral. It is my understanding that we will be developing 12 helixes. During this time, which seems to be started maybe 5 to 20 years ago, we have been mutating. This is a scientific explanation. It is a mutation of our species into something for which the end result is not yet known. Now leave this article. This is the Dr. Fox, holistic doctor, coming out of Mount Shasta, California. She's the holistic practitioner of Avalon Wellness Center. And again, chew the meat, spit the bones. You know what I'm saying? She'll continue and go off into some other like type of fallen angel feeling type of stuff, you know. So she's just dropping some stuff and then she's going to twist it. Okay, that's what she has to do. That's who she is. But understand that the babies, the babies of the article, you know, is that something's happening. And they're not telling us within us. So oh, I actually want to read this part. This is interesting. What are some of the side effects of these changes? So for those that are feeling like this might be happening to them, here's the side effects. And this is probably why you feel the way you feel. She says, with a cellular change, you are sometimes going to feel as though you are not here. You're spacey, you know. You may feel exhaustion. Sometimes like I'm constantly tired and I'm working out, I'm eating right. I'm exhausted. You may feel exhaustion because we are literally changing cells and becoming new beings. Like a new baby, you may need lots of rest, mental confusion, and not being able to concentrate on routine tasks that may happen as we are programmed for something larger. Aches and pains throughout the body for which there is no specific cause are common. Many people feel as though they are going crazy. If any of these symptoms apply to you, take this. Take this truth. That's what she's saying. You know, you'll get the drop. And that's it. I just want to leave it on, you know, a couple of, it's kind of funny. There's the article back on the Talking Pot article. Actually, you know, I think it's probably from a Jewish or somebody, you know, but they keep saying Yahweh, Yahweh this and Yahweh that. So I guess they believe in Judaism or some type, you know. You know, we say Haya Haya. You know, that's what I rock with. You know, that's the simple energy right out there to you. Hey, so we got our beat going. We're in 432 still loving it. But this joint came with a couple scriptures, man. It's kind of interesting, and I figured, hey, it's out there. Let me read it to the people. So this is how they wanted to start the Georgia Guidestones. You know, first they say, why the Jews? And of course they're talking about the Jews and the Holocaust, but I can see it and I can apply it to us, and I think it's here. So I'll drop it and I'll put it through our frequency. So the author of this blog, this WordPress says the Israelites or Jews were, they say Yahweh. Every time I say Yahweh, because it's all over the place, I'm going to say, hey, hey, hey. All right, so the Jews, Israelites were Heya's chosen people, his firstborn son, his treasured possession, and his inheritance, and so are a very special nation. There's a couple of scriptures this author put out. Exodus 4:22. And you shall say to Pharaoh, this is what Heya says. Israel is my son, my firstborn. Israel is my son, my firstborn. Somehow, the Greeks got their own firstborn son. And we can't say one prayer without mentioning their firstborn son. Exodus 4:22. Heya says, Israel is my son, my firstborn. Now do you see why you have access to the throne naturally? They're covering this from your eyes. Do you believe yet? Deuteronomy 10:14. To Heya your fathers belong. To Heya your father belong the heavens. Not this 440 hertz madness. Above the throne. Above the firmament. To the throne. To Heya your father belong the heavens. Even the highest heaven. 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 It's just coming out like this. This is real time spill. So deal. To Heya your father belong the heavens, even the highest heaven, the earth and everything in it. Yet Heya set his affection on your fathers. Heya set his affection. Your creator set his affection on your fathers, but you don't know and you forgot. But he set his affection on them and loved them, and he chose you, their offspring. This is why it's happening to you. This is why you feel your aches and pains and you feel exhausted. He chose you, their offspring, you above all people. Even Christ came and said, I came for nobody but Israel. They had to connect something, right? But you're his firstborn. And Heya set his affection on your fathers and loved them, and he chose you, their offspring, you above all people, as it is to this day. That's Deuteronomy 10:14. Okay, Deuteronomy 7. For you are a people holy to Heya, your father. Heya, your father, has chosen you out of all the people on the face of the earth to be his people, his heritage, his signature, his energy, his treasured possession. Heya did not set his affection on you and choose you because you were more numerous than other people. So it's not about being the oldest and the biggest and the largest nation and all that braggadocious stuff. For you were the fewest of all people. The Negro was almost extinct. But it was because Heya loved you and kept the oath he swore to your fathers that he brought you out with a mighty hand and redeemed you from the land of slavery. We know what he's talking about. We know there were many. From the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt, just in case you were wondering. Redeemed you from the land of slavery, the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. So when we research the 440 hertz and we see the tuning in the king's chamber at 440, and we say, is this the frequency of the artificial grid? Is this the frequency of the rulership? Not the people, not the Egyptians, but the rulership. Were they hijacking the frequency even back then? Was that the setup? And that's a fair question when we understand frequency and energy. Joel 3:2. I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. There I will put them on trial, for what they did to my inheritance. Jehoshaphat was that Middle East. Ain't everybody there being gathered? Aren't you wondering why they're being summoned there? China, everybody's there. Everybody has to put their army in there. They're all going there. You think they're saying they're going there for war? They're going there because they've been summoned. Those that know. What have they been summoned there for? I will gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat. There I will put them on trial for what they did to my inheritance. My people, Israel, Yashra. Because they scattered my people among the nations and divided up my land. It's all about your land. You don't think about your land, but you want to be a nation. But a nation has land. Where's your land? Where's your inheritance? If everybody got their land, where's yours? If the Africans are in Africa with their land and they ain't checking for you here saying, please come to my land. Hey, Americans, can you please send 50,000 people to the Congo? Can you please send 200,000 of you here to Nigeria? Can you please send 600,000 of you, you know what I'm saying, here, to South Africa? No one's calling you home. That's not your land. They know you're indigenous here. You're the copper-colored races. You're the American. You're from this soil. Your DNA is connected here to this habitat, this specific climate. Actually, I'm going to read more in Joel, but Amos is real code as well. I had that up. I don't know where it went. Oh, there we go. That blue letter Bible. Check it out. I'll leave the link. It's for those that ain't got nothing in front of them. Just pull up that link. All right, pull that link up. Amos 3. My battery's low. I got my charger on deck. I was like, oh, no, I got to hurry up. No, I don't. Still got to hurry up. We're almost at an hour and a half, my people. And my feet are cold. I've been freezing on the balcony. All right. Hope this doesn't jam us up. All right, we good? We good? All right, still cool. Amos 3. Hear this word. You know what? I'll read it here first. Hear this word that the Lord, Heya, has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known, of all families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for your iniquities. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Can we walk together if you choose chaos? When you walk together, that means you're going the same direction. That means you're in 4-3-2. That means you're forming beautiful sounds and beautiful patterns with the Creator's sound energy. That's what you hear inside of you. That's the energy, sound, energy. Connects you. Can you walk with Him? Can you be connected? Can you be plugged in if you choose to unplug? And when you do chaotic things and when you choose a chaotic energy, you're making a choice to unplug. So He says, you only have I known of all families of the earth. This is Tanakh, right? So, of course, everybody, feels a certain way. What do you mean you? There's responsibility. And when you take the people who have been put in this particular situation, that are here going through what we're going through, we've been scattered, taken from the Americas, spread out through everywhere. Our family's going to come home. They're going to come home. We're going to be restored back in our holy city. And our Creator has been rocking with us, has been connecting us to the highest frequency. We're getting off 440. We're getting off McDonald's. You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you. They say, why are black people cursed? You of all families have I known. You only have I known of all families. 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 You only have I known and gave these rules, this order to. If I know you, that means we're walking together, right? Can two walk together except they agree? Except they be in order with each other? So is He saying, you only have I given the frequency of order, and it's for you to be the root of the tree and establish it on earth. To connect to my throne, the 12 octaves. And so we are reconnecting our 12 strands. And I'll leave it here in Joel 3. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Yahudah and Yerushalayim, I will also bring together all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Yehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, for my heritage. You are His heritage, His seed, Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. They parted His land, they took His land. And what else did they do? And they have cast lots for my people. They sold us. And have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Sor and Sidon, and all the coast of Pelanesheth? Will ye render me a recompense? Will you pay me back for all my children you've killed, for scattering them, for taking all the gold, all their land? Are you going to give that back? Let's see. Will you render me a recompense? And if you recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head? You want to pay me back? I'll pay you back swiftly. If you know what I mean. Because ye have taken my silver and my gold. That's why I said, where's your gold? They haven't found all of it. He kept, he got it. But surely they've taken a lot. And they brought it. What they do? Ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried it into your temples, my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Yahudah and the children of Yerushalayim have ye sold unto the Yavanim. Those are the Greeks. Those are the Grecians. That's Rome. That's who gave the 1452 Dumb Diverses Pope decree to subjugate the pagans, right? The enemies of Christ into perpetual servitude. That's forever. To take their goodly things, right? To plunder them, to seize their principalities. And I'll leave that Dumb Diversities link. You should see it. I don't have it up right now, but I'm going to put it so you can know what I'm talking about. Read that and then come back here. That matches this. Because ye have taken my silver, my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant thing. The children also of Yahuda and the children of Yerushalayim have ye sold unto the Yavanaim, the Greeks. And there's a number right there, 1721. In case you think I'm tripping. If I go to 1721, what does it say? Grecians. Cypher's pretty cold, man. I'm trying to tell you. That ye might, so you've sold them to the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Did they not remove us far from our border, selling us in Spain and Portugal and Africa, all across the plain, right? Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Yahuda. And they shall sell them to the Shavaim, to a people far off. For Heya has spoken it. Proclaim ye this among the other people. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. That's what you should do. That ain't King Drop telling you. That's order. Letting you know it's time. Because this is coming out and being understood now. In its context. You know. To a point where we can now connect to our land. And see the future that's for us and take it. Proclaim ye this among the other people. So anybody that's against you, your heritage, his heritage. Remember, he said, I will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage, Yisrael. For my heritage, my seed, my energy. Proclaim ye this among the other people. Prepare war. You're too mad. Prepare war. Anybody, whatever you got to say. I don't want nothing back. I don't want restitution. I don't want you to count me in your senses. I don't want none of that. This is a vibration war. We don't got the tools to go marching in the streets. I'm not saying none of that. I'm saying spiritually speaking, energetically speaking, prepare war. Because they already have declared war on you through their chemicals and their technology and their frequency of 440 hertz. Bumping through all your radios and TVs, even right now. Laptops, all the music systems. That's war. They bashed your children up against the walls. They ripped them apart. They slaughtered all your family, all your mothers and fathers and chiefs. You're the remnant of the children. You're the seed. And for all those against the seed, today, in 2016, prepare war. Wake up the mighty man. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about. Thither cause your mighty ones to come down. Oh, hiya. Let the heathen be wakened. Man, anybody against your frequency, this is for them. Be wakened. You know what I'm saying? Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yehoshaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Put ye in the sickle. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. So get ready, man. The harvest is, now that we're getting it, now that we see what they're doing, the harvest is ripe. You see, they have to let the truth come through this frequency too. Remember, they're in order. They just don't know it. They're static. But static is also a part of the program. They're going to have to let this frequency shine through. That's the deal. You're in it. You surf the wave. Let's see where it takes us. I say we're in the energy business. Let's finish it out. Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of Heya is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Heya also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem, and the heavens and the earth shall shake. But Heya will be the hope of his people, and the strength of the children of Israel. So shall ye know that I am Heya Elohim, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Zion, my holy mountain. Zion, my holy mountain. Then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her anymore. We have been invaded and overtook by strangers. We've been trodden down by Gentiles. This is true. If you're in this frequency, you're here for the truth, whether you like it or not. But one day that's not going to be so. You're going to have to get down with the order, and the people that you've trampled, you're going to have to fix them. And you're going to say, oh, please, let me return them to you. And depending on the Creator and his own will, he's going to say, I'll return that on your own head. Because you don't care about my children. You've been taught not to care. What does everything all have in common? All right? You go hear people talk about black power, but we don't care about Israel. Christians don't care about Israel. Muslims don't care. No one cares about Israel but Israel. We all we got. We can't wait for people to understand. We have to just defend immediately. As soon as we wake up, we got to start. We just got to wake up in the fight, right? But what's the difference where you're not fighting anyway? You think you came here for peace? Peace hasn't come yet. You need to usher it in order. My holy mountain, Zion, then shall Jerusalem be holy, and there shall no strangers pass through her any more. And it shall come to pass in that day that the mountains shall drop down new wine, and the hills shall flow with milk, and all the rivers of Yehudah shall flow with waters, and a fountain shall come forth of the house of Heya, and shall water the valley of Shittim. Mizraim shall be a desolation. Mizraim is the name for Egypt. The house of bondage, the house of slavery for the frequency that had to pass through it. For others, home. We had to make a home in that frequency. And we had to come to the promised land, to the land promised to Abraham. The land of Shem, the Americas, where the holy city is. Mizraim shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be a desolate wilderness, for the violence against the children of Yehudah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. And if you say they didn't do it, that doesn't exist. Don't go down with the ship. Because our prophets and our writings say wise men will be made fools in these days. Wise men think they're spinning on a ball. Wise men think you're from Africa. All around you. Who got the drop? You got the drop. You are Drop Nation. You are Israel. You are the heritage. And all those that are here with us are rocking in the frequency, surfing the wave. We're growing. We're much more than some radio thing, platform. We're a frequency. We spread vibration. We spread the Creator's order. That is our order. To restore our nation, to restore the heritage, to be in swag frequency. Let's finish it. Mizraim shall be a desolation, and Edom shall be desolate wilderness for the violence against the children of Yahudah, because they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Heya shall dwell forever, and Yerushalayim from generation to generation, for I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For Heya dwells in Zion. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. For Heya dwells in Zion. For I will cleanse their blood that I have not cleansed. That which had not been holy, that which had not been cleansed. You know what I'm saying? That's the plan, man, that we have been shaped up into a higher frequency, into the 432. You know what I'm saying? It says, for Heya dwells in Zion. Of course, the Sefer, uses Yahuwah. I broke down why I choose I am, and you can check out the frequency of Heya. And that's a choice that I make. You choose your choice. You do you. It says, for Heya dwells in Zion. From the Biblioteca Columbia de Sevilla. This is from Columbus, the Book of Privileges. All right. Among the earliest and most fascinating witnesses to the latter is a manuscript of 84 folios or pages dated between September 13th and 1501. September 13th, 1501 and March 23, 1502. That's the 8-month period that this process took, conquering your holy city and Mount Zion, Columbus, and these mercenaries. And this is in the Biblioteca Columbia in Sevilla. This is the beginning of the book or collection of octoctorates, sayings, opinions, and prophecies concerning the need to recover the holy city and Mount Zion. This is why we're coming to America. This is why we're going to conquer the Aztecs and the Mayans. Take Mexico, take Peru. Yeru. The P is silent. The J is silent. Jerusalem, Yerushalayim. Perusalem, Yerushalayim. You see, they came here for the holy city. They got the holy city, and they called you savages. And they put you in perpetual servitude. Perpetual means forever. Until you wake up. Return to your consciousness. And that's what you got to do, man. Shout out to Cybertronic. He has some great 432 mixes, some spirit drums, and some good stuff to kick back to. You know what I'm saying? And love y'all, man. Stay up, suit up. I'm going to go get healthy. Try to drink some tea. Got some food, already out there. Praise the Most High, man. I get to be, have substance. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my loved ones. You already know who you are, man. And we got to make a choice. This is real spill. But right now, just allow yourself to relax and be reconnected. It's happening as planned. You can't do nothing about it. If you're in order already, you can only choose order. If you've been created in order, you're going to naturally choose order. You've been created in chaos from the beginning. If you come from a static frequency, whether you're an Israelite, whether you are a Moor, Egypt, white or black, or Asian, whatever, there are righteous frequencies to it all, man. It's not just about only Israelites are going to be saved. No, we're just waking up first. We're supposed to establish order. That's our responsibility for everyone else. But you can't get on our tree and then graft yourself in and think that you're more important than the root of the tree. We've been treated like shit. And we're the root of the tree. You're going to figure that out. And you're going to see what they came here to do. And the people that you spit on, that you called all these bywords, These are the people living in the holy city. Stay up, suit up, choose up. Love to y'all, man. And keep enjoying the journey. I don't even know what's going to come next. I got a list of stuff I want to drop, but I don't know what's next. But first, I'm going to get healthy, man. Send me that tea. Somebody give me some, you know what I'm saying, a dope tea recipe, man. Get me back on my feet, man. I'm trying to take a couple of days, but if I come right back, you already know why, man. Love y'all.